What up, what up? I saw a video from a guy who's having fuel problems in his oil on his Ranger. And I wanted to make a video and talk about that. If you're in a colder climate, I mean, probably even if you're in a warm one, this little engine takes a really long time to warm up. I have a garage. It is heated, but I don't really turn it up that much. I leave it on insanely low, so it's only like, 50, 60 degrees in there. I just don't want it to be, 10 degrees in my garage. So I get a nice head start in the morning when I start the truck because it's already 50 degrees in the middle of the winter. It still takes a while for this truck to warm up. I mean, you can hear it. When I first bought this truck, like when I first went to pick it up, it got delivered because I ordered it. So it was built to my specifications because I ordered it in 2018. And it was delivered directly to the dealer. Now, the day it came off the truck, it was freezing cold out. I started the truck. I'm looking at it. They're handing me the keys. Paperwork's all done, whatever. I mean, we'd done it weeks and months ahead of time. So it was just a formality. I was basically just picking the truck up. As soon as he handed me the keys, I started it and I started inspecting it, go crawling underneath it, just looking at everything. I just bought it, I want to make sure it's good on delivery. I must have been looking at it for so long because the guy I bought it from came back outside. He's like, "Are you going to drive it?" And I'm like, "I'm still waiting for the engine to calm down." I mean, it sat at 2,200 RPMs for, Christ, I want to say at least 10 minutes before it finally calmed down. I mean, it took a really long time. And it really never took that long again, but it's because I have a garage. Or when I would shut it off, it was because I was at work and I've been driving the truck for hours and it's hot. So I wasn't away from it long enough to where it became the temperature outside again, Well, this weekend, I changed my water heater tank. And I had a bunch of shit in my garage, materials, tools, whatever, it's a decent sized job. So I parked the truck outside and it had the old water tank in it and shit. So I was waiting to go to the dump. And the next day when I came out to start it, it fucking took 10, 15 minutes to calm down. I started it, it sits at, a cold start on this truck is like 2,000 RPM. And it took a long time to calm down and go underneath 1,000 RPMs. I don't know if this is like, something you should do or Ford recommends it or what, but I've never put this truck in gear until the engine goes below 1,000 RPMs at idle. To me, the truck's not ready to drive until she quiets down like that and starts purring. And, like I said, I'm not pro mechanic or whatever. I'm just some podunk kid that's messed with, a lot of different engines and bullshit. And, so I don't really have fuel in my oil. I have a catch can too. And in that video, a lot of people are like, "Oh man, maybe it's the catch can, the PVC system." Like, you don't want that shit going back in your fucking motor. So I'd get a catch can. And, you gotta let this truck warm up. It's a turbo. The oil needs to be hot before you start driving this truck. And that's another thing. I use Redline full synthetic. It's expensive as hell. But the NOAC test is really good for turbo engines. And it's just really fucking good synthetic engine oil. And I change it every 3,000 miles. I think I got 2 videos of my catch can pouring it out with nastiness. The only 2 times I really had a bunch of shit in there was when I went past 3,000 miles. I went to like 4, maybe 5,000 miles. Now this is full synthetic engine oil. The engine oil is not completely black when I take it out, even after 4,000 or 5,000 miles. That redline shit is still pretty good. But once it starts breaking down, this engine does not like it. This Ford over-engineers the fuck out of all their shit now. So it's really finicky, you know, it wants clean fluid, you know? I mean, wouldn't you? You know, so that's one of the reasons I kind of like Ford. I'm like a PC guy, not an Apple guy, right? I like to tinker around with my shit, fuck with all the settings on my own. I don't want it all locked down and like idiot-proof like a Toyota, you know? I like to be able to fuck with it and do what I want to do. And I don't know. I mean, that's my experience. My truck's got 37,000 miles on it. There's never, the dipstick is locked where I put it when I change the oil. The oil's always bright red. As soon as it starts to lose its red color, I change the fucking oil. You know, it costs a little extra money, but what's it gonna cost when your engine's fucked up? You know what I mean? And what did you buy this truck for? If you wanted a grandpa truck, go get a fucking Tacoma. This thing's sort of a performance vehicle, so you need to treat it sort of like that, you know? Yeah, I mean, that's my 2 cents. I hope no one else has issues with fuel in their oil. That's my experience. You know, it's, take care of it. It's you know, it needs to get warm before it drives. And yeah, I mean, that's like with any turbo, you know, so. And it's the same thing with like my transmission in this truck. I got 37,000 miles. I've got an appointment for a complete transmission flush, filter, magnet swipe, you know, because the solenoids in this 10-speed don't like fucking old transmission fluid. It's not lifetime fluid. You know, Mercon's decent, but it ain't gonna last you for life. So, you know, I don't know. I like to change the sheets in my bed regularly and wash them so I don't turn into a fucking shitbird or, you know, the kid from Charlie Brown. So, unless you want your truck to swim in its own shit and feces, so to speak, change your fluids. Buy really good oil. Like I said, treat this thing like it's a performance vehicle. If you wanted a fucking grandpa truck that you could kick the shit out of, you should have went and bought a Toyota Tacoma. You know, this is a fast little new setup, turbocharged. You got what you selected, man. You're gonna have to take care of it and drive it and let it warm up accordingly. So, you know, I'm not trying to be a dick. It's kind of normal shit, you know? I mean, that's what you got into when you bought this Ranger. I mean, it's basically an EcoBoost Mustang with a pickup truck bed. So, it's not a Tacoma. So, I don't know. I love my little truck. I do all kinds of shit with it. It's fast as hell. I got all kinds of fucking aftermarket shit. It's tuned. I don't have any issues. So, take care of your truck. Buy really good synthetic oil. I recommend Redline full synthetic, not their OEM shit. And change it every 3,000 miles. If it's not red, it shouldn't be in your truck. It's that simple. If you're changing your oil and it's black, you should have changed it a long time ago. Black oil in your engine, it's too late. So, yeah, I don't know what else to say. Love my truck. Take care.